from around here. And you don't look plagued either. I don't suppose you remember what floor this is. You don't talk much, do you? A mute friend. Since we're friends now, I suggest you avoid the brute over there. I will tell you about myself, but I'm afraid I don't remember much. Part of a reconnaissance patrol. I don't remember much else. God Emperor, forgive me. Sometimes I close my eyes and by the time I open them, I'm somewhere else entirely. How I'm still alive must be a miracle in itself. Here, take this. It'll be of help along the way. I'm done for anyways. Good luck out there.
That's quite the leap you made down there. I hope you weren't expecting to find something special up here. Why don't you have a seat? You look tired. It's quiet here. You may find yourself reminiscing the quiet moments. You may find yourself reminiscing the quiet moments.
I've not slept for a long while, and I know you won't leave until you get what you come for. Let us be quick then.
I envy you. You're very brave. How long have we been here? Farewell.
You're finally here. We can now commence the recalibration. I've updated the locations of the malfunctioning modules in the terminal. Anytime you link to a terminal, you should be able to see the modules. I must advise utmost caution, as I have surveyed the area and it is infested with aggressive mutations. The radiation leaking out of the anomaly is causing a strong disturbance in the causal field. We should leave this place as soon as possible. The readings are unlike anything I've seen. The data is completely unstable as I am still unable to upload it for deciphering. Farewell.
Another traitor? Have you heard about the Sardars? Savages. Sometimes I wonder how it really is in the Inquisition. The titles, the scrolls, incantations. One of the Inquisitors has a soft spot for all the weird things happening here. The Gentle One. I think a lot about why we're here. But it's not going well, since I'm not much of a thinker. There's something in the air.
I know what you are, but how can there be anything interesting about a being that never transforms? So, what do you think of the city? Quite a few nutcases, huh? Stealing always has deep roots among the poor. The children steal, and fathers and mothers too. Back when I was on duty in the rough quarters, I would often be robbed of whatever I happened to be carrying. My cloak, my gloves, even my tools. What do they even do with such things? I was performing a surgery once on one of the afflicted, with his family standing there. I'm about to give him a sip of the asylum brew to ease the pain. And when I turn back, it's gone. The little ones, smiling at me with their tiny teeth. Probably addicted to it. Kleptomania. Another condition that needs curing. There's a merchant around here that's bound to have some of that brew, I'm sure. Perhaps you should seek him out. Or, if you find a bottle or two, well, I'm not going anywhere. Say, that vessel of yours. Now, that's something I'd tinker with. How much would you sell it for? They say there's no genius without a touch of madness. What about those where madness is in abundance?
All radials.
This crusade is not only about the city. Yaroslav is to be apprehended. As long as his example can inspire others, there can be no peace. I hope you don't judge what you see. We both know justice exists only between those equal in strength. For as it stands, the strong do as they wish and the weak suffer what they must. I will confide in you a recent detail. There is a traitor within our higher ranks, and I can tolerate many things, but betrayal. I'll speak frankly with you. This population is lost. The corruption spreads from the Anomaly, and even our soldiers are affected. As for the citizens, they were strange to begin with, but many are now completely off the handle. So, I ask of you kindly, do your part, and I'll see to it that we all return as victors. This crusade has gone on for too long yet. It seems as if we have only arrived here. I miss the wind, cold air weaving its way around you as you take in the horizon. To guide by authority, to graft tradition onto peace, to bestow mercy upon the conquered, and to wage war until the proud kneel. I do not merely rely on you, I trust in you. Don't let me down. The Serdar occupation of the gate is only a part of the problem. We also have to deal with the corruption from beyond. Farewell.
Gets lonely out here. Thank the God Emperor for the voices that haunt me. Who knows what Yaroslav is up to turn on his own so brutally. Serdar filth. No order to this place. There's no cycle, no ebb and flow to the city. It all feels like, what do you care anyway? War is hell, not a sewer, so I don't exactly know what you are doing here. We all have our role to play. You play yours. We'll see about mine. Farewell.
I empathize with those we purify. But when I lay my hands on the Serdars, hell will seem like heaven. If we could only do away with everything here, all together. A marvelous conception, a supreme figure, an exalted shadow, an infinite representation of the excellence and supremacy that transcends comprehension or grasp. Thus is the excellence of the God Emperor and the greatness of his domains made manifest. He will be glorified not in one, but in countless suns. Not in a single realm, but in 1,000. I do not like forced conversations, so, if you please, there is no meaning to an existence with no beginning and no end, and I no longer wish to indulge it with conversation. Out of my sight. In the desert, I saw a creature, naked, bestial, who, squatting upon the ground, held his heart in his hands and ate of it. I asked, "Is it good, friend?" "It is bitter," he answered, "but I like it, because it is bitter, and because it is my heart." A rare moment comes at the end of an age when the silent voice of the future finds utterance. When you find yourself at the gates of chaos, Dreamweaver, I pray you choose wisely.
There is one module left to recalibrate. Unfortunately, the data leaking from the anomaly is still too corrupted to read. The surveillance net has taken note of ripples with particularly long wavelengths unusually coming into existence. I believe it's a sign of intruders, particularly dangerous ones that are not of our timeline. I am not sure I understand what exactly is going on here. I suppose we are yet to learn the true definition of something anomalous. The recalibration was successful. The transgression field is down. The anomaly is now exposed and ready to be stabilized. I'm afraid I will be breaching protocol by telling you, but since the recalibration, I have been unable to transmit or receive any transmissions from any other floor. If I had to make a guess, I would say something from inside the anomaly is tampering with much more than just the causal field. I am afraid I am not equipped to run a robust field analysis, but I speculate we're dealing with an event far outside our scope. Nevertheless, I did run some more rudimentary data decrypting processes. The leaks from inside the anomaly are not arbitrary, they reveal the patterns of language. I have tried to compute at least the general scope and nature of its form, but the permutations are overwhelming all of my systems. Simply running the processes has had some kind of spillover effect into the computing instruments themselves. This language is of unfathomable complexity. Take great caution, these are circumstances far outside the realms of understanding.
A visitor. A visitor to a plague at that. A rare occurrence. Ah, the administration. Yes, that much is now obvious. Always a pervasive need for the world to make sense. But with each passing moment I find the only structure is always one step beyond it. Beyond comprehension. I wonder what tales you'd share, if only you could speak, traversing every crevice and ruin on foot. My, the secrets you hold. And what happens to the ones you leave behind? Do you ever think of them? It sounds like a treacherous life. You must not know much kindness. And how could you? I imagine you've experienced pain and death uncountable times. It is, after all, reflected in your demeanor. Maybe this can make a small change. You know, I myself am not a stranger to challenges. This struggle between absolute power and perfect order is no longer easy to balance. I find myself giving it my all, without seeing much in return. The Serdars now complicate things. Their sacrifices were too great for a wavering empire, yet rebelling against everything makes life lose its purpose. The administration's vision of order is sterile, however perfect, yes, but like marble, its beauty frozen permanently in the rhythm of death. In his few moments of peace, Yaroslav would probably explain it better than I. Then again, his word was always as sharp as his saber. We both have work to do, until we meet again. Ah, a familiar visitor. I suppose you journey into the core, but you've come to visit first? Well, that is a kindness returned. You are ever more nuanced than I thought. I bid you farewell then. This is where we part ways. For now.
Welcome to the Anomaly. The dream of uncertainty. Here, even reality amounts to nothing. Time is not of the essence here, only choice. Soon you'll feel it yourself. Sometimes I hear it all again. The voice of a girl, the color of her eyes, frightening yet beautiful, like mornings at war. Hours before the storm, you breathe in deeply, for it may be your last. The vast sky, and between the cold air and the smoke, a ray of sunlight on your face. Beyond those gates, you will have to carry the greatest burden of all. Your own. The crusade they've mustered is blind with power. My own kind, crippled by ignorance. We are lost. Lost in the wilderness. I have not seen her for so long. I wonder if she was even real. A daughter imagined in dreams, perhaps. Winds be with her. I too am tired, but I gaze into the fire as it burns slowly, with my eyes wide open. Some moths gather around the flame and they fly straight into it. Others fly into and even more follow. All night long, without as much as a rustle, they melt away. I did not fear death then, but I was beginning to fear for my life. We enslaved what was left of the Forsaken. We crucified the mechanomads for raiding time itself. We brought light to darkness and blinded all who refused to see. And even here, at the gates to the Anomaly, we flay all who dare approach. You understand such methods. After all, your own path is a river of blood and deception. When you return, Collector, things will not be as they were. You will not be as you were. Things have been set in motion that can never be explained. An eternal rain is coming our way. Remember to trust your blade. You will need it more than ever.
Well, you made it through. As much as I hate to elevate your spiteful existence to the height of the truth, this is where we are now. Ever since you've joined us, all you've done is fulfill the goals of that disgusting administration you work for. The mundane pursuit of tasks is all you know. And this crusade against that apostate filth at the gate is just a backdrop to your performance. Yet the Anomaly is a blessing I will not let slip out of my hands, for it is instrumental in aiding the God Emperor. Noble is he, and eternal, to finally transcend. Nothing will stand in that path, I assure you. Not the Serdars, not Yaroslav, and definitely not you, a dog that obeys by reflex instead of will. Now, we both know you never quite die, so you'll at least find out what an eternity of pain is made of. Good thing you have no name. Those make for the best martyrs.
judgment. Divine edicts. Storm of judgment.
good to see a familiar face. I must admit, I am no more aware of what is really taking place than I was before this turn of events. I believe there is a powerful external force moving the needle here, and we are completely oblivious to its nature. I am afraid I will be of much more use to you in this state, and I'm not quite sure how I've even made it this far. However, I will help with what I can while I'm here. I did, however, learn something. While being transported, I noticed a certain vermilion branching structure buffering this entire world, and its roots run deeply. My access was promptly restricted, leaving me in this condition. Whatever effect a vermilion structure has, we must be very careful. I believe it has access to base reality, in which case we are dealing with a potential cataclysmic event. I don't know if it is fear or excitement. Whatever we are experiencing here makes me feel in a way I find hard to describe. Stay safe.
Everything's changing, and you will always be too late. What's been set in motion will forever be out of your grasp.
shiny day, mirror. We're not dead just yet.
Everything's changing, and you will always be too late. What's been set in motion will forever be out of your grasp.